Receiving, recording, and accurately dispatching information. That is the priority for dispatchers with the City of Las Vegas's Department of Public Safety.
And only on Fox 5, Danny Maston takes us inside the busy call center and shows you the process.
Responding to cues and clues.
I've been doing this pretty much all my life.
Dispatchers are the first to gather information for first responders before arriving at any scene.
They're the lifeline of what we do. They're the air traffic controllers. Without them, we can't do this.
This team of dispatchers for the Department of Public Safety pick up the phone for any city marshal, animal control, or detention facility call.
City of Las Vegas Deputy Marshal, signed to record it. This is Dalia. How can I help you?
Picking up on cues from officers, elevated voice. Are they stressed, or do they need to get more backup?
There are a total of 30 dispatchers within the department. They have responded to over 20,000 calls to date. That is roughly 5,000 calls a day.
They handle people on the worst days of their lives, and they go from call to call to call, and they don't always get closure on these calls.
Dalia Silva has been a dispatcher for over 25 years. She says every day she gets to go home at the end of her shift and ensures officers do too.
We have to keep our officers safe out in the field, right? Our officers keep us safe. That's the way I look at it. They do for us, we have to do for them.
Whether it be opening a gate, responding to homeless issues, or shots fired, these dispatchers are hard at work responding to it all.
They're making sure that there's good access points for our detention center. They're dealing with our parking enforcement, our muni courts.
Cameras are placed all around town, like at many parks, Fremont Street, and the Strip, which help dispatchers help officers.
In between calls for service, they're flipping through cameras. When they get a call for service in one of those areas, they can flip to that camera and get us a better description.
The training to become a dispatcher for the department varies depending on the person. Some get through the training within a few weeks if they have previous experience in law enforcement, while it can take others up to 6 months.
You're going to learn some mapping techniques. You got to know your city pretty well inside and out.
Silva says the job is tough, but also rewarding.
My group and I, we have a lot of fun at work, right? We joke around. That's how we get rid of stress while it's happening.
This dispatch center operates 24 hours with some working 12-hour shifts. The average salary for a dispatcher for the Department of Public Safety ranges between $52,000 and $73,000 per year. I'm Danny Maston, Fox 5 News, Local, Las Vegas.
We have information on how to become a dispatcher listed on our website at fox5vegas.com.